Listen carefully, that sound is not thunder. It is the sound of hundreds of oars cutting through the water. A dark fleet is moving through the morning fog. The people on the shore have not seen us yet. They do not know that today their world is about to change. Because my ship is carrying warriors from the north, and we are coming for England. My name is Eric. I am a Viking warrior. For years, I heard stories about the lands across the sea. Rich villages, endless farmland, treasures waiting for those brave enough to take them. But today, those stories are becoming reality. Because I am no longer listening to legends. I am sailing into them. For centuries, people feared the Vikings. They called us raiders. They called us monsters from the north. But they never understood one thing. Why did we leave our homes? The answer was simple. Our land was harsh. The winters were long. The farms were small. For many young warriors, the sea was the only path to a different life. A successful voyage could change everything. A failed voyage could end with death. Now I stand at the front of the ship. The cold wind cuts through my face. Behind me, my brothers check their weapons. Some hold their axes. Some grip their shields. Nobody speaks, because everyone knows the truth. Ahead of us is either fortune or death. As our ships reach the coast, England finally sees us. The warning bells begin. People run. Soldiers prepare, but it is already too late. Many believe Viking power came from their weapons, their axes, their shields, their famous ships. But those were not our greatest advantage. Our greatest weapon was speed. Our long ships could travel through shallow waters. They could reach places other armies could not. We could appear without warning, strike quickly, and disappear before the enemy could react. Imagine this: yesterday, your village was peaceful. People were fishing, children were playing, markets were full. Then suddenly, a fleet appears on the horizon. Minutes later, everything changes. That was the fear of the Vikings. We did not fight like traditional armies. We arrived like a storm from the sea. But being a Viking warrior was not only about fighting. Most of us were farmers, fishermen, craftsmen, fathers. We did not leave home because we wanted endless war. We left because staying meant having no chance to change our future. And the Vikings were more than raiders. They were explorers. They crossed oceans with wooden ships. They entered unknown waters. They discovered new lands. Long before many Europeans reached them, Vikings had already touched North America. Years later, when people remembered the Vikings, they remembered the battles, but they also remembered something else: their courage to enter a world they did not understand. But no age lasts forever. As European kingdoms became stronger, their defenses improved, their armies changed, and slowly, the Viking Age began to disappear. The same speed that once made Vikings unstoppable was no longer enough. Today, Viking warriors have been gone for more than 1,000 years. But why do we still remember them? Why does a people from the cold north still capture the imagination of the world? Because the Viking story is not only about war. It is about one human instinct: the desire to explore what lies beyond the horizon. They did not know what waited across the ocean. They did not know if they would find wealth or death, but they raised their sails anyway. History does not only remember those who build empires, it also remembers those who dared to enter the unknown. 1,000 years ago, Viking ships disappeared into the horizon. 1,000 years later, their story remains, because every person faces the same question. When the unknown ocean appears in front of you, will you stay on the shore, or will you set sail?